Okay, so since we've got filler today for this episode, I ought to put something good here. And something good will be me talking about Luffy, you know? And I was doing some screen recording of some of the episodes coming up pretty soon. Something about he was, because I checked to make sure it's still recording, like halfway through, two-thirds way through. And all I saw was he's trying to press his face through some prison bars or jail bars or something. So I have no idea what the context is. But then I caught a little bit of the dialogue where somebody was saying he was a moron or something like that. And it is a dumb thing. Like, I don't know how long he's been trying to press his face through the bars, but like this is just what he does, right? Like this is him. Like he is not very smart. But here's the thing: look at how physically powerful he is, and look at how pure at heart he is. The kind of things he cares about, the kind of things he'll do, the way he sacrificed himself going up the mountain, which I'll never forget. If he was super intelligent, he would be a Mary Sue. He would be the literal definition of a Mary Sue. Handsome, good at everything, super powered. Didn't have to work to get these powers, by the way. He just had to eat a fruit, which I guess is available to everybody, but still, like it wasn't like he had to train to be a Jedi for 20 years. So, he has powers. He's handsome. He would be super intelligent. He would be pleasant to be around. He'd be loyal to all his friends. He'll sacrifice anything for other people. He has no single flaw. He has no flaws. If he was super smart, he would have zero flaws. He wouldn't be relatable because nobody is everything. Super athletic jocks, maybe they have douchebag personalities, or maybe they're dumb, or both. Luffy even has a pretty good sense of humor. So, and I love everything about his personality. So, like, the fact that he's dumb works for the character. And I think the author is smart to make him dumb because, like, that's really his only flaw. And some of it is naivete, which I guess the world is going to beat out of him. He won't be as naive moving forward. But also, he's just slow in the uptake. Like he doesn't he just doesn't process information the way the rest of us do. So I just think I call him a moron and it's affectionate, right? But like the thing with the bars I saw, like, I still don't know the context for, fortunately. So I don't think I'm really spoiled. Like he probably is going to get locked up a lot in the next 1,000 episodes, right? So I don't think it's a massive spoiler that somebody will have him in prison for a couple episodes or whatever. Like I said, I call him a moron affectionately, but really it's just like it's a very clever writing tool because he would be insufferable as a character. He would be the worst thing. The worst. Who's the worst Mary Sue you can think of? The worst Mary Sue is Wesley Crusher from Star Trek: Next Generation. He's the first Mary Sue I ever saw. He is, as far as I'm concerned, he is the poster child for Mary Sue. Like he's the epitome. He's the one. I know there was the term comes from the '70s from Star Trek fan fiction, but I didn't read that. I've never read that Star Trek fan fiction. So for me, the epitome, the poster child, the original Mary Sue is Wesley Crusher, and that's he was insufferable. Like nobody could stand him in the fan base. So that's what you would have with Luffy if he was super intelligent. So just a brilliant writing choice. And I haven't seen a writing choice the author has made that I thought was not brilliant. Like every one of them. The dude is just he's not even just a once in a generational talent. He is a once in a century talent. Like there's quite a few of them. George Lucas was once in a century talent. Like too bad. Like he just I think he was better as a collaborator. So he was in a very specific way a super talented person, but he needed collaboration. And so after he did his first three movies, which he was forced to collaborate because he wasn't so big and powerful, after that, he didn't need to collaborate anymore. He could just do whatever the hell he wanted, and everybody would just co-sign it. He lost his way. But he's super talented. Stephen King is an incredible once in a century talent. Just his ability, his productivity, his ability to pump out the material, constantly, never run out of ideas, that kind of thing. He's not the best writer in the world, but he has the most ideas, and he can pump his work ethic is unparalleled. You could put Charles Schultz in that category. Just something that incredibly iconic for that long, and then the fact that he put in his will that nobody could ever continue the comic strip after he died. So it's done. It's not a dinosaur like some of these other things we see. Hagar the Horrible and some of these others that are still will continue forever because they've become big business. So I admire Charles Schultz for that. There's musicians like we don't need to go through the whole list. I'm just saying like you say once in a century talent, doesn't mean he's the only talented person in the last century. It just means there's a small handful of these people every century that come along. They're just spectacular in some field of the arts or the others. This guy's, he's on that list. I've only seen, what, 10% of his material so far? Less? I've seen like about 8% of what he's done so far. And I can already make that judgment. Now maybe he'll shit the bed for 500 episodes in a row, which is, is adapted from his manga. But you know what I'm saying here. They seem to be pretty faithfully adapting it for the most part. I haven't seen anybody like, well, it's not like Game of Thrones, where you're killing off characters in season 3 that are still alive in the books 4 seasons later, right? They don't sound like they're doing that kind of stuff. So they're pretty faithful to it as far as I'm concerned, from what I can tell. But yeah, so he's just a genius, and this was another smart move. The fact that he gave him that flaw, and every one of these characters have flaws. But for instance, Nami's really intelligent, but then she has the flaw of greediness and whatever, what have you, right? So yeah, I just think that at some point I wanted to comment on that. So this is a good episode to do that, since you'll probably be skipping the rest of this after I say go, right? Okay, so it's time to skip if you ate filler. We're going on 1. 3, 2, 1. We'll take the opportunity to pay attention to this monologue. No mention of Scorpion, huh? That's what I thought. It doesn't mean anything. Uh-oh. It's hot. It's hectic. What solo adventure are we going to have to... Look, I'm carrying Luffy. You need to be carrying the reindeer, man. He's got that fur coat on. That's not good. The hell? Are they picking up from when he ate the LSD? Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. Like I said, moron. Right? Yeah, I remember this from a few episodes ago. Why are we returning to this now? I am. Hopefully, I have the right episode. Yeah, he's out, man. Look at him. It's too damn hot. Really? See, now she's using his debt. She's using his debt as a way to manipulate him. Jerk. I don't know, man. Yeah. Look at him. He's fighting the air, man. He's looking psychotic, man. Oh, crap. Kick his ass. You know what I bet this is? This is a filler episode showing a flashback of something that happened. We're supposed to just know, right, where this takes place in space and time. Okay. They said, let's go back and tell this story of what happened when he ate the mushroom. Okay, that's what they're doing. Gotcha. It's filling in a gap a little bit, right? Like, how did Bruce Wayne get back to Gotham after he got out of the cave, right? This would be like if that was a series, he's already back in Gotham, and then you go back in time and tell the story. Okay, I get what you're doing. I like his psychotic eyes. Also, plus, I know this is taking place in the correct chronology because at the beginning they summed up stuff we just seen. So it's not like I recorded the wrong episode, right? So, okay. Because I was like, should I stop this and check out the synopsis of this episode and make sure I got the right one? Because one thing I don't want to do is watch these out of sequence. But no, like the recap was referencing what literally just happened. So, okay. By the way, his twitchy nose is fucking hilarious. I'm just saying. I don't know why that made me cuss, but it did. That's right, get mad. I will say this. How could you hate this? This is hilarious. If you love the characters, how can you hate this because it's filler, right? We're enjoying spending time with the characters, man. What's the problem? This is hilarious. Look at him. Yeah. I love Chopper. I love Zoro. I love that he's mad at those cold-hearted bastards, and I love Luffy over there high. He's higher than a kite. Yeah, what footprints? Yeah. Kick his ass. Yeah, like I said. Maybe it's all the head trauma is why he's a moron. What do you think? Man, if you go the wrong direction in the desert, you're dead. I mean, where is the sun in the sky right now? Maybe that'll tell you what direction you should go. Or what directions are, right? That's one thing you can always tell. Yeah. Get your ass moving. You'd think if he makes himself bigger, he'd be hotter. And he would burn more calories. And he would consume more water if he's bigger. If he's smaller, he would consume less water, burn fewer calories, and be cooler. I don't know if that's true. Maybe a larger surface area, you radiate more heat, you won't be as hot. I don't know. But I would think so. I would think the smaller you are, the cooler you'd be. He's curious, man. Yeah, it's true. Everybody is a maverick. Because damn. Right. Everybody has their own goal. That's one thing I do like. At some point, those goals are going to be at cross purposes. That's going to be a problem. It wouldn't shock me if you start seeing people leave the ship in episodes 400 or 500, something like that, halfway through. Nami goes her own way for 80 episodes. That would not shock me. They're not doing much with Usopp. It wouldn't shock me if he leaves. He just hasn't had his own storyline in a long time. Since he joined, really. He's like perpetually a side character. Right. I like his philosophy. Yeah, damn. I don't know, man. I don't. I liked his philosophy halfway through it anyway. When he finished his philosophy, I didn't like it. Right. Do as much as you can. Yeah, because he's full of BS. Yeah. Right. Those rocks are hot, man. Idiot. Blunt force trauma. Have you ever heard of it? Perhaps you're familiar. Also, those rocks, if you touch them with your hands, I don't care how much rubber you are. I guess rubber doesn't radiate heat. But if you touch the rocks where the sun's been on them, you'll burn your second, third degree burns. Ah, Jesus. Oblivious. Yeah, you better be sorry. Yeah, what the hell was that? I mean, that was hilarious. So I think you are a comedian. There's a great Gravity Falls episodes about this endless hole, right? Say, I'm wondering the same thing. Now there's a good halfway through cliffhanger. That always got him sweating. Interesting. Ruins of some sort. You know, they talk about cities have been reclaimed by the sand. I assume they sink down because the sand doesn't really isn't really going to pile up and cover the city, right? Dumbass. Break it down for the. Yeah, yeah. Well, another fine mess you've got me into. That's what I'm wondering. Some lost city, I assume. Like there was an entire army that got lost in the desert, right? I forget who it belonged to. Probably more than one, but there's one I remember. There's a very large army. Went into a desert to attack some city, and nobody ever saw it again. Entire army. At least they're staying in the shade because that's smart. Yeah, yeah. She has no empathy for anybody but herself. Occasionally, if somebody's in pain like Vivi, she does, but typically she doesn't. The petty discomfort, she don't care. Terrible friend. Right. How about we walk at night? Yeah. Over there in around the whole area around Jerusalem, all the way up to Turkey, and then down into Egypt. There's so many lost cities and stuff in that area. Doesn't really happen like the middle of Europe, right? I wouldn't think. Yeah, yeah. You better walk it back, chump, or should I say, simp? Right. What are you trying to say here? Sand pirates with their sand ships. Yeah, I like Usabi. He is knocked the f out, man. Here's the thing, he has a sense of humor because I assume a lot of these panels are a lot of the animation they do here is taken straight from panels of the manga. The author has a sense of humor not just in the dialogue, in the situations, but in the artwork. The actual artwork has a sense of humor. It's just so that's three levels of comedy you're working with here. Funny artwork, funny situations, funny dialogue. Then you can have characters that are just innately funny. So there's so many different ways that you can laugh at the show, right? That's why I find endless enjoyment in it. By the way, I'm not always going to kiss this show's ass. When they mess up, they're going to hear about it. But I'll let them have it if they mess up, and if the manga messes up, I'll let them have it. So picture like writing, huh? So you mean hieroglyphics? He's one smart reindeer. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you're cool for the rest of your life, or are you ever gonna go out and like find your people? I'm gonna go with buried after it's built. Then again, if he's right that they're trying to hide the building, they have like it's like a secret repository of knowledge or something. Maybe they did build it underground. Oh man, he's not wrong. I would love this, but you don't have time. Yeah. The time to walk in the desert is at night, I would think. It may be cold, but your moving will keep you warm. Comedy hole, really? He is useful in a situation like this. Oh, really? I take it back. Never mind. I think you're better at aiming than that. Oh, see, that's a problem. If the sides are too fragile for you to get back up, that's a damn problem. Yeah, yeah. It almost, yeah, it is annoying. It's almost like you're trying to, burn up the time. Yeah. The hell are you doing? What exactly is that going to accomplish? Besides get everybody killed. The F are you doing? The hell do you do that for? Yeah. You got an idea, huh? Yeah. I don't see. The hell you doing? Yeah. I like how quickly he turned small. Oh crap! Really? Well, how do you much you enjoy being in orbit? Not very much. I'm telling you, man. Low gravity on this planet confirmed. It's probably about half of our gravity. I'm never giving up on that theory. The author would have to tell me personally that that's not true before I don't believe it, because it just explains everything. Like the fact that they're not dead right now. Explained. That was successful. Of course, you killed your two friends, but okay. Yes, you did. Yeah, I would. I don't blame you. Okay, so we wasted enough time. Can I catch up now? Hopefully, I remember to talk about this for the next story because this pacing's been awful with these. It's a filler episodes, I'm sure, but it just feels like they've been walking to Yuba for 15 straight episodes. Can we get to effing Yuba already? Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, the little garden story arc. I love the art, by the way. The way they've got the desert painted in this particular sequence. All I know is friendship. The power of love. Hey, yeah, yeah. That pissed off Usopp. He does need help, that's for damn sure. It's all about the camaraderie. Right? All for one and one for all. Teamwork makes the dream work. In for a penny, in for a pound. The sun never shines on a sleeping dog's ass. Yep. You're being chauffeured to your location. You're fine. Probably got plenty of extra water that you hid away. Yeah. Kick his ass. Exactly, right? You'd think rubber would be more resistant to heat, but I guess rubber melts, doesn't it? She still has time for perfume, huh? Hell yeah. Oh man. Can you imagine running through the sand? That would suck. Look at those idiots. This is kind of like a little bit of a character dive. Vivi, Zoro, and Chopper haven't been getting a lot of screen time, so this kind of serves that function. I have no problem with this. Like, I don't have a problem with this specific episode. I'm saying more the story arc. They've been coming to Yuba for a really long time. I'm ready for them to get there. I assume they will next episode. It's dragging, man. So like the pacing of this story arc has been a lot. Yeah, I know they needed to let the manga accumulate some pages so they can start to adapt it again. I understand that. It's not like they can take a 3 month hiatus. So it is what it is, right? There's nothing you can do about it. But I'm just remarking that that is the situation.